Welcome back to the Craps Lab. This is Rusty. Well, we just finished up the 300 throw challenge. The question is, how'd we do? Another question is, how'd you do? Have you taken the 300 throw challenge? Give it a shot. See what you can do. Compiled all that information, put it into a spreadsheet, and this is what we found out. So I have the raw throws over here. These two columns here, I noticed I had quite a few like back-to-back numbers and even some back-to-back-to-back numbers. Unfortunately, a couple of those were sevens. 33 back-to-back numbers where I repeated the number. Then if I rolled back-to-back-to-back, there's 4 times that happened. Back-to-back-to-back. If we summarize the raw data, I threw in the percentage of 300 I threw. I compared that to the difference versus the expected. For instance, 1 out of 36 is 2.78%. But if we look at the 6 and 8 there, sixes, I threw 43 sixes out of 300 throws at a 14.33% clip, which is 0.44 over. And the 8, I threw 36, which is 12% at a minus 1.89%. I always thought I threw a lot of 8s. I don't know. And 300 throws later, it tells me I'm throwing more 6s. So that gives me some more information. So when it comes to a 6 or 8, do I press the 6 at a higher rate than I do the 8? Maybe. Do I bet more on the 6 than I do on the 8? Another possibility. I've already shown you a high frequency number all-in betting video. You can see that one right there, or over here, I guess. I threw 28 tens at a 9.33% clip, which is 1% higher than the expected rate. If we look at the 4 and the 10, I threw 19 4s and 28 10s. I threw 9 more 10s out of 300. Every 100 throws, I threw 3 more 10s than I threw 4s. I could either bet more on the 10, or I could just not bet the 4. I mean, when you put a 4 and 10 out there, basically you're splitting your bet, right? And you're saying, hopefully I hit one of these. But if you can hit more 10s, then you can hit 4s. What if you move that money from the 4 to the 10? But the 12, take a look at the 12. 15 12s out of 300 throws, a 5% clip. Which brings me to the SRR, the 7 roll ratio of 5.88. I threw 300 throws. If I threw 50 sevens, and here you see I threw 51 sevens. If I threw 50 sevens, I would have had an SRR of 6. So if you watched the video all the way to the end and you saw me close out the last 25 throws with like 5 or 6 sevens, I was very frustrated because I knew going in what I needed to be at, or to be under, to get a 6 SRR. But again, I'm not claiming to be a dice throwing expert. I'm not selling my services or anything. I'm just throwing the dice and taking you guys along the journey. 5.88, nothing to sneeze at, right? That's not horrible. So let's look at the Hardways here real quick. Hardways. Now take a look at this. I threw 8 hard 4s. I only threw 19 4s. 8 of those were hard. So that's a 42.11%. If I have green here, I feel like I have value. 7 hard 6s. So that tells me that I would be losing money on the 6. I'm throwing at a higher clip of hard 8s than I am hard 6s. Hard 10s, again, I threw 28 10s. Just like the 4, there's 3 combinations. I threw 9 hard 10s, which is less than 33%. Let's look at the throw length distribution. That is rolls between 7s. It's not related to craps hands. It's not an SOR thing. It is number of throws between 7s. If you look, I had where I threw a 7 and then a number and then a 7. I threw that 8 times. So 30 combinations before 6, right? And only 14 combinations after that. That's pretty much the raw roll data analysis. Now let's go into actual craps hands. And I converted those rolls into, I put them on a craps roll chart here, basically. All right, so here we are. So if you look at over here, I got a 3, 7, 12, 7, 9, 6, 6, 7. 3, 7, 12, 7, 9, 6, 6, 6, 7. That's a craps hand, right? So I had a come out loser, come out winner, come out loser, come out winner, establish a point of 9. I threw 3 6s and then 7'd out, right? So what I did is I took all those rolls and logged them into these craps hands. If you see a blank line, that's because the hand went longer than 20 throws. So just rough count there, I got 4 of them, longer than 20 throws, so that's pretty good. I got a total of 34 hands. This last one here is not officially over yet because I haven't 7'd out. I also then put the hand length in here. You can see how long the throws are. I use this. This is a visual type thing. So then based on this information, I tracked a lot of things. I tracked all tall smalls, right? I did not hit an all, but I hit 4 talls. Repeater bets. I don't know how many of you play in casinos that have the repeater bet, but I hit 1 6 repeater bet, 2 9 repeater bets, 1 10 repeater bet, and 2 12 repeater bets. Out of 300 throws, out of 34 hands, I hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 repeaters. Fire bets, I did not hit a fire bet. I thought I had one, but I repeated one of the numbers, so that didn't count, obviously. I also tracked the sharpshooter. I also tracked the come out roll, wins and losses, so by hand. And for everybody, just so everybody understands, when you get the dice, from the time you pick the dice up to the time you 7 out, that's your craps hand. It's called a hand. Kind of like a poker hand. Like you get your cards, you play out the hand, you fold, you're done. You show them at the showdown, you're done. That's a hand, right? In craps, you get the dice. That starts the hand. You 7 out. That ends the hand. Whatever happened in between, that's your hand. So this is my hands, right? I had come out rolls, winners and losers. I tracked those. Pass line results, I tracked those also. Not counting come out wins, 24 pass line wins, right? So out of 34 hands, it's not a lot, right? And especially if some of those are multiples. So then I tracked the pass line results by point. So if my point was 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, or 10, right? I want to track which ones are doing okay, right? So, oh, by the way, pass line results, I had 24 wins, 33 losses. Again, that last hand that I played isn't officially over because it hasn't ended in a 7. Come out roll wins, I had 22 versus 18. All right. I also tracked place bets. I wanted to see how often my place bets were hitting. Sometimes I like to go across, right? And when you go across, typically you go across at the same amount, right? You spread your money fairly even, like 81 across. If the point's 5, or if the point's not a 6 or 8, or 78 if the point is 6 or 8, gives you 3 units on every number across. Looking at these results, I'm thinking that may not be the best bet. I probably can do better, right? This really is making me think about my betting. This is like throwing me into a whole new, right? I mean, here I have 3 6s. And by the way, if you aren't aware of the triple lux, watch David's video from CEG school. Triple lux. Whew. As you can tell, there's not a lot of 3s here. See, a 3 would mean that I would have hit a triple lux. 5, that would have been nice. And the thing about the place bets, it doesn't count front line, establishing the point or establishing or winning the point, right? And like if I hit 4, like let's see the one where I hit 4. Here I had 4 pass line winners, and I only hit 5 other place bets. So you got to choose your poison there, right? So I have some thoughts about this, and I don't. This is me throwing, right? I think I'm a fairly decent roller. So you're going to see me start venturing into the lay bets in some upcoming videos. Let's look at the horn. If you bet the horn, 2, 3, 11, or 12, I hit a total of, I think I have this over here somewhere. Anyway, 2s, again, I hit 6 2s, 17 3s, 19 11s, and 15 12s, right? Field bettors. If you're a field bettor, you probably love me because I hit at 131 field bets. Let's take a look at the hand length distribution. 0.7 out 4 times. 0.7 number out 4 times. 0.7 number out 4 times. Point number 7 3 times. 15 times I rolled less than the average 6, right? Out of 34 hands. One time I rolled the average. 18 times I rolled higher than average. It doesn't mean I only threw 18 sevens. There's more sevens in there, but they were well timed. Come out sevens. My profit and loss on the come out was 40. And I took an average, I took a $10 bet. So if you had a $10 bet and I had 22 come out wins, 18 come out losses, that's a net $40. I then took all the place bets, or excuse me, all the pass line bets that I had, all the points that were established, and I multiplied those times the maximum odds, the wins times the max odds of a 3, 4, 5 table, and the max odds of a loss. So if I on a pass line 4, I was negative 170. On the 5, I broke even. 6, I was plus 110. 8, I was plus 60. 9, I was plus 50. 10, I was plus 130. And that puts the net total at 220. So here comes the juicy details, right? Total number of hands, 34 hands. Average rolls per hand, which is your SOR, 7 out ratio, of 8.82. Median hand roll length was 7. The mode hand roll length was 9. The come out winners, 22. Come out losers, 18. Pass line winners, 24. Pass line losers, 33, and that was excluding the come out. Place bet hits, I hit a total of 106 place bets out of 300 throws. 97 rolls out of 300 was no place bet action. Nothing could happen, right? Out of 203 possibilities, I was getting paid, right? And 25 of those hit more than one time. Bonus bet details. Again, we got 4 all tall smalls, 4 tall wins, 1 6 repeater hit, 2 9 repeaters, 1 10 repeater, 2 12 repeaters hit. I did hit a sharpshooter for one time for 4 points, and no fire bets. So, hope you liked the video. Next one's going to probably be some analytics. I know I have got my answer to the Hardway being a terrible bet. Something for next time. All right. Hey, good luck at the tables. I'll be hitting Council Bluffs at the end of January. So that's going to be exciting. I'm looking to vlog it. So if you're not familiar with vlogging, I follow some poker guys that put together videos that really tell a story, and it's much better than just standing there at the table throwing dice, right? I think it's more entertaining. Anyway, we'll see. One thing I do know for sure is you don't like the throwing videos of just throwing like that. The analytics on that, ooh, yeah. Anyway, so probably won't do that anymore, but we'll see how this one goes, and I may or may not end up. I'm rambling, and we'll see you later. Good luck at the tables.